Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the strongest weapons in Rainbow Six Siege statistically. This is strictly time to kill. Honestly, headshots are what matters. One shot headshot, fire rate's kind of king in Siege, but if you are a body shot king, this video is for you. And just because it's purely time to kill doesn't mean that you're not going to get some high fire rate weapons anyways, because high fire rate does lead to a faster time to kill. So honestly, the fire rate matters, and it also translates into the time to kill. So with that out of the way, let's get into number 5. Number 5 is actually a three-way tie, and the first one that we're going to be covering is the G8A1. It's an LMG technically for IQ and Amaru. It's kind of used as an AR. It's just a really good gun, to be honest. It comes in with a time to kill of 0.1412 seconds. It is honestly an amazing weapon. It's the weapon that I always use. It's probably the best weapon that IQ has. I know a lot of people will also use the Commando. Commando's great too. I prefer the LMG or the G8 because it has more ammo, things like that. Also, playing on Amaru, sometimes with certain setups you could run the shotgun for Amaru too, but most of the time people are going to be running the G8 for Amaru regardless. So it's a very good weapon. This is one of those situations where it's tied for 5th, and the time to kill as well as like its fire rate, it's just a great gun overall. There are some weapons on this list that the time to kill doesn't necessarily translate to it being a good gun in my opinion, but this is not one of those times. This is an amazing weapon. Highly recommend. Now, the next weapon that's tied for number 5 is the AK-12. Obviously, it's tied, so same time to kill, 0.1412. This weapon is for Ace and Fuse, and is one of the reasons that Ace is such a great operator, right? Thermite has a good gun. Hibana has a good gun. Ace's weapon just seems better. The fire rate, the time to kill, it's 100% better than Thermite's, and it has more ammo than Hibana's, and also obviously his ability is really good. So one of the many reasons that he's banned more than Thermite and Hibana is because of his weapon. Not much more to say. I mean, it's an amazing gun. If you have the option to play it, play it. It's ridiculously good. And going into the third and final weapon that's tied for 5th is the Type 89, which is only for Hibana. They have, as of right now, they have not added it to any other operator. She's got obviously the same time to kill, and she isn't banned as much, but it also has less ammo than the AK-12. So out of the 3 weapons that are tied for 5th, I would say the AK-12 is the best, and Hibana's is probably, I don't know. As an operator, Hibana's better than IQ and Amaru, but if we're talking strictly gun, the G8 might be better. It does lower your movement speed, which sucks, but regardless, those are the 3 weapons that are tied for 5th. Moving on to the weapon tied for 4th, we are going to talk about the R4C. And this weapon is only for Ashe and Ram, and there's a reason that you're going to see an Ashe in almost every single ranked game ever, almost every round, because her gadget is super easy to use, obviously, and her weapon is amazing. It is the 4th fastest time to kill in the game, and it's also just really, really good. The time to kill being 0.1395 seconds, by the way. Did not mention that. But it's just an amazing weapon, really decently easy to control recoil compared to some other weapons. And yeah, just an amazing gun. If you're using the LMG on RAM, I don't know what you're doing. With that being said, we're basically halfway through the list already. So if you're enjoying the list so far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And let's move on to number 3, which is the Alda 55.6. This is the LMG that Maestro has. It has a time to kill of 0.1333 seconds. Honestly, it is a very good weapon. Maestro also has the shotgun, I believe, the slug shotty, the semi-auto. Well, actually, it's fully auto. It just shoots really slow, and it has the ACOG. So if you really need that ACOG, feel free. But the Alda is an amazing weapon. It's got like 80 bullets, and it just goes burr. It's an amazing weapon, to be honest. Maestro's ability itself isn't really in the meta right now, but it can still be usable. It's still good, and his weapon is amazing. Now, coming into number 2, we have my personal favorite attacker as of right now, and that is Twitch's F2. She is the only operator who has it. Has a 0.1224 second time to kill, and it is kind of the definition of fire rate is king, because not only is its time to kill the second fastest in the game, it's just the fire rate is just so amazingly high that even if you can't kill somebody with a body shot, I mean, the more shots you get off, the higher chance you have of getting a headshot. So you might kill him with the headshot to begin with. Not to mention her recoil, ever since they took away the vertical grip, is kind of difficult for some people to control. So if you're one of those people and you aim chest level, you might just get a recoil headshot just by it bouncing up to their head. That's not something you should really depend on, but it's still there. There it is. Now, getting into number 1, I didn't really believe this until I actually looked it up and saw it. Number 1 fastest time to kill weapon in the game is the DP-27. Now, some of you are probably like, I don't even know what weapon that is. And that is because that is what they call the LMG for Tachanka. It has an official time to kill of 0.1091 seconds, faster than any other weapon. It is basically a 2-shot body shot, and it's obviously fully automatic. I don't understand how this thing, because it's got such a slow fire rate, but it has such a high damage to get past that, and it's just insane. Tachanka also out of the meta. I wouldn't recommend playing him, except for maybe on a couple sites if you're running like strats, but still wouldn't recommend. And that's it. Those are the statistically best weapons in the game, just going off of time to kill. The list, as far as I'm concerned, the only weapon in this, or the only couple operators in this that I wouldn't actually use, would be like Tachanka, obviously, and Maestro. But Maestro's not because of his weapon, it's just because his gadget isn't in the meta. But all of the other weapons on this list, all the other operators on this list, can be used in some shape or form, and your teammates won't complain, especially if you're solo queuing. They're very good weapons. Now, again, time to kill is not the end-all be-all in this game. There are weapons like the SMG-11, that amazing weapon. SMG-12, another amazing weapon. Time to kill isn't as fast as these guns, just purely because they're secondaries and they're on defense, and defensive weapons are not as high damage-wise as attacker weapons. But regardless, you hit a headshot, that's all that matters. And those weapons both have really high fire rates. Ella's weapon, really high fire rate if you can hit headshots with it. It's got 41 bullets as well. Super, super good. Not to mention, DMRs are kind of just all in the meta right now because they're the only ones on defense with ACOGs still. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.